Hey, welcome, 2017. It's going to be beautiful. How do I know? Well, because things have got off to a good start already. News from Tokyo is that the Fish King, Kiyoshi Kimura, a guy who owns a chain of sushi restaurants called Sushi Zanmai in the Tokyo area, has paid a new record price for a big-ass bluefin tuna, 212 kilograms. Wow, that's a big one. But the story is he paid 74.2 million yen for this thing. That's 8.6 million rand to you plebs watching at home. Incredible. Well, he says he wants to get this fish out, cut up, and served to his customers as soon as possible. No shit, Sherlock, at that price. Why don't you leave it on the pavement for a while and only serve it once the eyes go glassy? Actually, there is one thing that worries me about 2017, and that's President-elect Donald Trump. Yeah, exactly. Obama went 8 years without a whiff of a scandal. This guy hasn't even made it to his inauguration yet. And we're already being treated to a daily barrage of bullshit news about his fake hairdo, his fake business empire and its ongoing conflicts of interest issues, his fake war with the media and his fake wall with Mexico. It's going to be awful, fake people. News. Awful. And this is going to be carrying on for like forget that, probably 8 years. Right, you hear about Google, which is moving into Cuba to help them speed up the internet. Well, that's good news. Soon they'll be flying down there. Not so fast. Wait, there are apparently only 4% of Cubans that own a computer. 4%. I wonder what the smartphone numbers are like. Probably horrible as well. Commie bastards. Well, let me point this out too. ETE, which is the mobile and phone and fixed line conglomerate in Cuba, a natural monopoly, naturally, has done such a bad job over the years that there is basically no internet infrastructure at this time. So Google is going to have to play some pretty big catch up there. As for Wi-Fi hotspots in Cuba, there's none of those either, apart from the dirty beaches. Let's close out with a corporate blunder. Brait, the South African investment company, owns a business in the UK called Iceland Foods, right? Iceland Foods. It's a nice store. It sells frozen foods as well as prepared foods in the UK market. So here's the problem. They obtained some years ago the trademark registration for the word Iceland in relation to foods across the entire continent of Europe. Unbeknownst to them, the Iceland government, in one of their trade promotion ideas, came up with the concept of registering in Europe the phrase inspired by Iceland. They thought, we can put it on the fish. It'll be like proudly South Africa, that kind of thing. Anyway, unbeknownst to the company Iceland Foods, they didn't know it was the Iceland government that was applying for this thing. So they wrote a stinking letter to the applicant and filed across Europe a major court blocking action against Iceland, the country. Oh, you fools, you could have kept that thing forever. You're not going to win that fight. Now you're up against the country with regard to their own name, Iceland. You idiots.